Hello. I was talking to a young friend of mine the other day, and there were just some issues that she wanted some clarification on and some help with, actually. So she went through the various issues, and at the end of it, I could actually break it down into three main categories. Has to do with relationship, has to do with health, has to do with finances. And it just reminded me, I had been listening to something by Tracy the other day, and he said the same thing. He says, when you ask people what their goals are, there are three top goals. He says they invariably, he can say, guess what? Invariably, they will fall into one of health, financials, and relationships. And that ends up being fundamental to us as humans, things that really kind of get us together and get us going. Because without the other doesn't tend to work. So you have your goal for health, you want optimum health, whichever way you need to do to get it. You need optimal relationships with, everybody else and your significant other. And you also need a financial situation which will allow you to live life to the fullest. So with all those in mind, it just reminded me to put out to you and share with you that the fact that when you're setting goals, prioritize what are the big goals, what will make you live a full life. And if you look at it that way, what are your three? By the time you end up with 10 goals, guess what? You don't have a goal. You're just all over the place. Pick three top ones. Usually they're going to be in those three categories, one each. And once you do that, you say, okay, how do I go around, setting the things that, as I mentioned before in one of my videos, really, you don't want to just say, I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to win the lottery or, have $1 million next year. You need to actually set your goal, which is an action plan. And it's that action plan that allows you to get to your goal. But here I am again, talking about goals because it's terribly important. It has been shown. You ask most people what are their goals. They really, if they can tell you, you say, where have you written it down? They haven't written it down. Writing it down and keeping it in the forefront of your memory is something that ends up motivating you and attracting you to it. Something that you can't define, you will not look for. But once you have defined it, you will look for it. So it is important. Whatever goals you have, write it down. Review it every single day. If you review it every single day, then you have the chance of hitting your goal. He actually had one exercise he used to give his people, and I'll share it with you. And the exercise was this. Go and buy a whole load of, small notebooks. Those ring-bound stuff that you can get from any, business center or just about any store, really. Very plain, ruled. And for every day, write down 10 goals for every single day, but you don't look at the previous day. By the time you have done it for 1 month, those goals are solidified in your mind and you'd be surprised at what will happen. Now, what I'm doing here is just giving you various tips. Different things resonate with different people, but what is important is those goals that you take action on them. Without taking action on a goal, it is a dream. So, whichever way resonates with you, realize that what will make that goal come true is action. And in defining your goals, define them with an action-based plan. Define the fact that, guess what? In order to reach my lean muscle mass, in order to decrease my level of fat, I will need to walk 2 miles a day, exercise, weightlifting, for 1.5, 2 hours a week. Whatever it is for you, define the steps that will take you to the goal, not the goal itself. Because guess what? At some point in time, you may just forget about it because it's not specific enough. And put a time limit on it if you can and say, by so and so a date, I will have a body, mass index of such and such, or I will have a fat percentage of such and such. Define those goals and define the action steps that will take you towards those goals. But before you do that, if you need some help, my other suggestion is to follow what Brian Tracy said, which is basically, as a start, every day for 1 month, write down your 10 goals, but you haven't referred to the day before or the period before. It's fresh every morning. And it always helps to read something motivational before you actually start the process. So, that's a bit more on goals, and I have so much to say on it, and I just hope one of those things resonate with you, because in order to get to those goals, you do need to take action, you do need to start, you do need to write it down, you do need to have something specific, and I am just trying every which way I can to get you to your goal. Okay, on that note, share this with your friends who may find some inspiration from this. I hope so. Because different things resonate with different people. And it may be this sheer act of hearing this and they say, oh, I can do that. So share it with your friends, like it on Facebook, just disseminate it. Okay? Bye now.